Hello. We are going home now. I'm wearing my mic. I didn't check the sound. I put the mic on the seat belt, and I recorded my voice on my way here, but I didn't check the sound yet. So I don't know if it's okay for me to wear my mic on the seat belt. But okay, here we go now. Can you see my dogs? At least one dog, right? His name is Goro. Okay, and today they had a new cot. Okay, I have to see. I have to pay attention to people in the cars when I get out of the parking lot. Okay. They had a new cot. Before, the staff used just scissors. Okay. But this time, they used an electric one. Shaver. Is it okay? Electric shaver. I don't know. We called it in Japanese barikan, but I don't know how to call it in English. So I think it's a shaver, or yeah, it can be used for human hair, I guess. Oh, please. Okay, and they don't recommend. Okay, that one. Electric shaver. I've never used one myself, so I don't know what they mean. But every time they explain about such electric shavers or cut done by an electric shaver, they always tell me that if they use that one, okay, then dog's fur won't. It might be bad for dog's fur, and dog's fur once cut short by an electric shaver, and then dog's fur won't ever get longer or something like that. So every time I hear this, it makes me feel reluctant to ask them to use an electric shaver for my dogs. So I've never asked them to use one to cut my dog's hair. But this time I changed my mind because from next month their prices will go up, and I was told last month that their prices were going up, like somewhere between 30% and 50%. Okay, which means that I paid for 2 dogs 15,000 yen today for 2 dogs today. Okay, so from next month it might be like probably not as twice as expensive. It's not that expensive, but still it might be somewhere between, let's see, I'm not good at math, but yeah, more expensive than 20,000 yen or 25,000 yen, or 30,000 yen. Yeah, maybe, right? No, it's not gonna be twice as much, right? Then twice as much, 15,000 yen, twice as much is, oh my goodness, 30, right? 30,000. I don't think it's gonna be that expensive, but still it's gonna be close to 20,000 yen at least. It's a big change for us, right? And then in order for me to get the price lower than that, as low as humanly possible, we should use an electric shaver instead of usual scissors, because when they use scissors, it may take longer, so naturally it will cost more because it takes longer, right? And in order for me to suppress, is it okay? Suppress, lower the price from next month, I should choose an electric shaver instead of scissors. That is the best way for me to do. And I gave it a try this month. Yeah, I might start doing this next month, but I just want to take a look at how it's gonna be like. So I chose an electric shaver for their cut, and it turned out to be severe. I mean, I chose the shortest cut. I mean, 6 milligram of haircut for the shaver, and it is the shortest one, and I just chose the most drastic one to take a look at how it goes, and it turned out to be much shorter than I had expected. And now my dogs look like totally different dogs, like much skinnier dogs, but their fur grows so fast usually. Well, as they say, if what they say is right, and this made actually their fur grow much less, or even if it actually made their fur stop growing, okay, then they'll have that short hair as long as they live. I'm not sure, I don't believe them, okay, that because we can buy electric shaver on Amazon, and many people use one for their dogs to cut their fur. So if using electric shavers is that bad, then I don't think they are sold on Amazon or any other shops. So I really hope that it won't happen to my dogs. But in winter, they need fur, right? They need long fur. But when it comes to my dogs, I don't like them to wear such long fur because it's difficult to manage. So I'm only talking about how I feel. But when it comes to short hair in winter, they might have some difficult times. So I really hope that in winter, their fur will grow back. I really hope so, though. Okay, and but this is just an experiment, and I don't know how it's gonna be, what it's gonna be. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, it's still very bright outside, and it's very hot today. And it is said that a big earthquake would come sometime in a week or so last week, and I was really scared about that. because in this region especially, a big earthquake hadn't happened for the last 20 years or so, and people always talked about this big earthquake happening one of these days, but it wasn't realistic at all until just recently. By the time the Japanese government announced that we might have a big earthquake in a week or so, it was before, a week ago or so, and this made me so worried about us. And once I had this bad dream, nightmare, the next night, that night, just after I had heard this scary story, we should take any precautious measures. We should. But somehow, when this unrealistic thing is becoming more realistic, then it makes me feel numb, and I didn't know what to do actually. And probably yesterday, the Japanese government announced again that it's finished. Their prediction turned out to be not right, and they announced the end of, I don't know how to say this. Actually, they said that they didn't think that that big earthquake wouldn't come very soon or so. But who knows, actually? Don't you think so? Who knows? Nobody knows when a natural disaster happens, right? So that's the problem, I guess. But if you are informed beforehand, does it make you feel better? In my case, it just made me feel so scared, and it was good that it gave us some time to prepare for such a disaster. But somehow I started feeling very uneasy because we don't know when it happens. So I had to be very scared and vigilant, be aware all the time. And it was really scared. It was really scary. It was really scary. That was the scary part. We are informed that it should come in a week or so, but we don't know when. Okay. That was the last thing I wanted. And now they took it back. But I don't think we should be relieved, because we still don't know if it happens or not, or when it happens. We can't escape from earthquakes as long as we live in Japan, because Japan is a country with lots of earthquakes. And especially in this region, this Tokai region where I live, we haven't experienced such a big earthquake for the last 28 years or so. Yeah, I remember we had quite a large earthquake when I was a child, but it wasn't as big or disastrous as earthquakes which happened to other regions in Japan. In 2011, we had a big one in Tohoku region, and even before that, when I was living with my little daughters back in, I don't know in which year, but 1996 or so, we had a very, very big one in Kansai region. It was really big, and even I felt shaking. I felt the earth was shaking. I felt the earth shaking in my region, which was pretty far away from the area. The earthquake struck or hit. Yeah, now vividly I remember how it was. It was a long, difficult moment, but we didn't get any severe damage or anything. But in that region, the earthquake hit. It was terrible. Many people died. Many people were killed. And even the earthquake which happened in 2011, there was this huge tsunami or tidal wave which killed thousands of people, I guess. Yeah, I was watching some TV programs which told about the earthquake and the casualties, damages, tidal waves. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe that such terrible things were happening in front of my eyes. It was on TV, and it was not realistic at all. I was just scared. So I feel sorry for people who had to go through such difficult times. Okay, now we are back at home safely, safe and sound. Okay, now we are going back home inside. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Okay, I'll be back some other days. Okay, bye for now.